Hi everyone, this is Hiba from My Little Journal, and today I'm so excited to be sharing my mini travel album with you. I have started working on this travel album documenting my daughter's trip to New York City. The orchestra was invited to play at Carnegie Hall, which was a huge honor and a huge milestone for my daughter and their orchestra. So I wanted to create a little mini album of her travels, what they did and all that good stuff. So I started working in my 3x8 album. This album and the kit I'm using throughout the album is going to be the Wanderlust kit from Studio Calico. But anyways, I started working in it and I thought, you know what? I haven't shared a travel album with you guys for a while. So I decided to record it and share with you my process. This is going to be a process throughout a few months. It's no rush for me. I just want to document her trip and I wanted to share it with you. So in the Wanderlust kit or bundle, you have 3x8 papers. I trimmed some out to use as 3x4s. I will be using the full 3x8 sheets as well. I'm just going with the flow. And when I create in a travel album, I like to break it down by days. I feel like it makes more sense. It makes the process faster. So basically at this point, I'm starting with day 1, which is packing day, getting ready and getting on the bus to go to New York City. But what I decided to do was to create a collage of 3 photos. This album is not big, so I have to be very smart on how I document multiple photos, and collages is the way to go. So I created this collage and made sure to keep some space where I had some white space, either to stamp or add embellishments. This time around, I wanted to stamp. And I stamped New York City, Here We Come. And I used small Studio Calico alphas. I did get worried at some point. I felt like it was going to fit, but it actually fit. So I'm happy with that. I added 1, 2, 3 with some number stickers. And now I can move on to my 3x4s. So for my 3x4, I really wanted it to be something unique to me or different or change it up a little bit, add my own little flair to it. So what I end up doing is using the stamp from this Wanderlust stamp set, and it was like an oval shape that had Wanderlust on there. And what I thought I could do was stamp it around the existing title on my 3x4 card. And it just makes it look like it's one big stamp, if that makes sense. So I had to use some washi tape to mask off certain parts of my stamp, and it actually worked out perfectly. I'll even use the filler stamp and color in my little oval, and it worked out, and I love how it looks, and I made it my own. So that's what I love about stamps, that you can use them to change up certain cards and make it your own. I also have a lot of travel kits that I haven't been able to use in the past few years because of the pandemic. So I go through a lot of those ephemera packs that I have, and I try to find die cuts that will fit into what I'm documenting. I actually really like this little mini speech bubble, and it says fun. It's in red. It matches my other 3x4 card. So I'm going with it. I'm just going to add it to the top and call my card done. As you can see, my other 3x4 card, I've already journaled on that. Like I said earlier, I didn't think I was going to record my process, but then decided I'm going to. So that's why I had my journaling already written out. Now, I like to add in little things throughout my travel albums. And I wanted to add an acetate piece with large letters to represent New York. I have these humongous letters. I believe these are from Ali Edwards from a long, long time ago. I thought it would be perfect to use them on the acetate and bring in a little bit of texture to my spread, but I don't like the color, so I'm going to color them in. I use my Posca pen. I love using my Posca for things like this because they dry fast and you can use them on any kind of texture. So I color them in black, and I'm going to try to figure out how I'm going to add them to my acetate. So I knew I wanted to add some type of embellishment to my NY, and I started going through the chipboards that came in the kit, and found this capturing these moments with a little camera, and it's in this beautiful mustardy yellow that I felt like it matched. So I'm trying to figure out how to add it to my acetate. I am the type of person that I just go for it. I start sticking things down and hope for the best, basically, that, you know, at some point I will know where to stick everything down and where everything needs to sit. And it always works. So I always say this, don't overthink it, just go for it. Once I stick things down, I feel like it's missing something. And to me, it's missing a background. So what I want to do is grab those 3x8 papers from the kit to find the right background for my acetate and my letters. I thought at first that I'm just going to use one 3x8 to back up the letters and to back up the acetate piece. But I think better of it because I really like the rainbow against my NY, but I don't like the background for my 3x4 cards, if that makes sense. So I'm going to end up using two 3x8s, back them up, and that way I have the beautiful rainbow against my NY, and I also have a nice background for my acetate piece. I go for it. It's a great way to use my supplies. And because we aren't traveling as much anymore, it just makes sense to use those supplies and not hoard them. So anyways, I love how this looks. I'm actually going to grab the stamp set from Kelly Purkey. It's a New York City stamp set, and stamp New York City on white paper, trim it out, and use it as an embellishment for my NY to complete this side of my spread. At this point, I think I am done. So I'm going to grab my album to put in all my little pages into my album. But once I add my pages, I feel like I need to add a little something to that 3x8 piece of paper that I used to back up my acetate that said adventure. So I'm literally just going to use my puffy stickers to add a little bit of red to that 3x8 paper. That way it brings in some red from my 3x4 cards to the opposite side, and then I call my layout done. So easy, so simple. I always recommend this. When you are creating little travel albums, document everything day by day, journal about each single day, and that way you can create these spreads faster and the album makes more sense for anybody who's looking through it. But anyways, you guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing, and I hope to see you guys very soon. Bye.